Hi, this is the first scenario in Module 6, loop through a collection of files in an object. So let's jump to the demonstration. Here I have already created this package and we have a script task and then the for each loop container. So in script task, what we are doing, we are passing the waste directory and task name as a read only variables and read write variable is all files. So all files variable will be returned. Let's see what it is. All files variable is of type object, system dot object. The base directory is a string type, which is a location of a directory. I have some command variable there of type string and the default value is select one, and have error variable. It is pointing to a directory with error folder, and the file name variable will contain the file name uh, that will be retrieved from this all files in the loop. So the default value I have provided, and you know that identify all sequels is a script task, and we have used this in the previous module. um, In scenario 2, get list of specific files from multi-level directory of module 5, scenario 2. So you can go back to that and see what it is doing. And it is returning this all files variable with the list of .sql files. So in this module, we will see how to loop through all the items or all the files in this all files object using the for each loop container. So double click on this for each loop container and we will see its configurations. So we have the name and description there. The collection, we have used uh, the for each from variable enumerator in the enumerator. You can see there are lots of enumerators such as for each item enumerator, for each file enumerator, for each ADO enumerator, ADO.NET schema, ROSAT, variable enumerator, node list enumerator, SMO enumerator, HDFS file enumerator. But we have used for each from variable enumerator, and we have provided this variable all files. It contains all the system and the user variables there, and we have to choose the required one. And in variables mapping, we are taking its value in the file name, because this collection is a list of files, so we do not have to provide anything else, because this collection the variable all files will have the file name as a value in each item. So we have used this file name at index 0, and we do not have used any expression. Okay, and this is the read is script file, the script task. So it is taking the script name, the task name and the file name as a read only variables and read write variables as a command variable. So the .sql files will have the tsql scripts or the SQL commands. So using this script task, we will read that whole script into this variable command. Let's look into this edit script. The BSTA project is open now, and in main function we have this code. We are accessing this task name variable and the file name in the script file name C# string variable, and we are checking that if this file doesn't exist, then print a message script file not found. Otherwise, we are reading the file dot read all text of this file script file in a command variable of string type, and then we are assigning this command into SSIS command variable. So it will return the tsql script of this file back to control flow. And also we are printing this command using the dts events dot fire information. Have used the try and catch block, so in case of any exception we are logging this exception, and this should be failure. Okay, so let's build it because we have modified it. Build has started. Build succeeded. Let's close this. So till now what we have looped through all files object variable and retrieved the file name, and using this file name we have extracted the script, the SQL script of this file, and then we have the execute SQL task. So using this execute SQL task we have configured to use the OLEDB connection type, and we have provided the destination OLEDB connection, and SQL source type is variable. Which variable? The command variable. So it will try to execute this command in OLEDB connection, which is destination OLEDB. And in case if the command fails, we have to move the file to the error folder. So this is the file system task. We have configured this to copy the file. It will not move but copy the file. The source copy will remain there, but it copy the file from source variable. Source variable has the file name with full file path, and then we are moving this to destination variable error variable, which has the error folder location. Override destination is true. If file already exists there, then overwrite it. Okay, so we have used the file system task also in this for each loop container. So till now what we have done, we had variables, all files of object type, and it contains the list of files from this base directory. And then we had the file name. In the for each loop container we have extracted the file name as an item in the collection of object, collection of items in the object of all files. And then we extracted the command using the script command, script task, and then we have tried to execute that SQL using the execute SQL task. If this command fails, then we are moving or copying that file into the error folders. So this is how we can configure the for each loop to loop through all the items of a collection, and collection may vary as enumerators. Okay, so if we have to loop through the files in a directory, we can use the for each file enumerator, but in this case we have uh, extracted only the .sql files and which are available in a variable of object type, and the item current item will have the file name, and we have stored it into the file name variable. And then we had extracted the command tsql command, and we tried to execute this. If there is any error, then copying that file to another folder, error folder. So let's execute this package. You can see it is looping through all the items in a all files object. You can see it is blinking. It has completed with errors because some of the files were failed. So if we see in the progress tab, we can see the task copy to error. It has copied some files which were not executed on the server, SQL Server database, and these were the execute SQL script um, messages, the SQLs which were not executed. Okay, and task read script file. So these are all the scripts in each and every file that it has looped through, and this is identify all SQL files logs. So this is the list of all the files. So we have to read from bottom to top in the progress tab. Okay, so let's see in error folder. We have the ETL error folder, dvid error file import. So these are the files that were not executed successfully. The rest of the files were executed. So this is how we can use the for each loop container to loop through the uh, items in a collection.